Hi children, welcome back to the new lesson in our science textbook, that is 14th lesson, water. And what do you mean by water? Do you know what is water? Very good. Water is a liquid. Water is a liquid which we use in our daily life. Actually, it is a natural resource. It is a natural resource. What is meant by natural resource? Natural resource is nothing but it is available in the nature. Already it is present in the nature. So whatever the water that is present on the in the nature, that is in the form of liquid, is called as water. So water is a natural resource and we use in our regular life, in our daily life, we use this liquid. Here, not only the human beings, even the plants, animals, birds, all they require water to they survive. So water is the one of the natural resource which is very important for the survival of all the animals and birds, plants, etc. So you could say that living things, they require water. Living things require water, right? So here water, we use water in our life in different purposes, right? So let us see how do we use water, for what we use the water. Here, uses of water. Uses of water. Let us see one by one how do we use the water. So the very first one, water at home level. How do you use water at home? How do you use? We use water for drinking, for cleaning floor, for bathing, in the toilets, and as well as to wash clothes, right? All these are daily life, regular brushing or otherwise cooking food and drinking, as well as what you call watering the plant. We use water at home. So here we call it as we are using water. So once when we use the water, it becomes used water, or we can say that it is waste water. If once we use the water, it becomes wastewater, right? So here because of increasing population, we are using more and more water in our daily life, right? Here uh, even the animals and all birds, they use for drinking. They may not do all these things, washing, cooking, but whatever it may be, they require water for their survival. So first one, at the home level, we use water for these purposes. And second one, at agriculture, very important one, at agriculture. And we know that day by day the population increasing, so the require for the food also increases. When the food requirement increases, when the food requirement increases, then automatically we need more water to cultivate more crops. So crops, they require water for their growth. For example, if you cultivate wheat, rice, pulses, fruits, vegetables, definitely they require water. If rainwater is not sufficient, then we have to supply the groundwater. So supplying water to the agricultural field is called as irrigation. It is called irrigation. So for the irrigation purpose also we use water. So irrigation can be done with the help of borewells or whatever the water bodies that are present around the agricultural field. So whatever it may be, when you cultivate more water needed crops, then we need more water to cultivate. For example, if you want to get if you want to get 1 kg of rice from the plant, if you want to get 1 kg of rice from the plant, the plants require 1500 liters. 1500 liters. If you want to get 1 kg of rice from the rice plant, it requires 1500 liters. Whereas wheat plant, it requires 4500 liters of water to produce 1 kg of wheat. 1 kg of wheat. Just imagine how much water it required to cultivate the quintals of wheat and rice, right? So very important resource uh, which is used in the agricultural field. So more and more water we are using. The sugar cane, wheat, rice, all they require more water. They require more water. So in cultivation we use water. We use water for cultivation or agriculture. And next, water is used in industries. Third one, at industry level. Use of water at industry level. At industry. So here in industry many products are made, but for the functioning of these industries, for example for making paper, cloth, medicines, chemicals, bread, biscuit, whatever it may be, many things are made at the factories or industries. Whatever it may be, they require more water. For example, if you take the paper mill, here we require 2 glass of waters to prepare one paper that is present in your textbook. So imagine how many glasses of water that we are using for a textbook or for a notebook. Like that, paper industry and as well as other industries, they are using more and more water for the preparation of different goods which are we use in our regular life. Whatever it may be, the industries are constructed at the water bodies to consume the water for their uses. So this is one reason. Yeah, water is also used to cool down the things. Whenever the machine runs, whenever the electronic equipment it run, or otherwise an engine runs, then it produces the heat. It loses the energy in the form of heat. So when the machine become heat, it unable to work. So that to cool down them, to reduce their temperature, we use water. For example, here it is the radiator that you are seeing. Radiator, when it become warm, the machine, the engine won't work. So that we use water to keep them cool. We use water to keep them cool. So when you keep the things cool, then they give longer life, so that the machinery that we are using in our daily life can be cooled down by using water. So water is used to cool the things also. That is the importance of water. Here another use of water is the transportation. The water in the rivers, seas are used for the transporting. Here the passengers and goods, they transport from one place to another place by the boats, or sailing boats, or otherwise motor boats or ships. Here we can see three types of transport system that is we using in the water. River and canals used for the transporting, and coastal shipping, coastal regions that are used as a transport method, and ocean transport. These are the transporting methods. Another use of water is the seed dispersal. The seeds like coconut seeds can be dispersed through the sea water or any used water body. They carry the seed from one place to another place, and whenever the seed reaches to good place, it starts growing. So here sea water helps in transportation of seeds, and as well as fresh water also involves in seed dispersal. Like lotus and water lily, they disperse their seeds. They could disperse their seeds by the water. Dispersal is nothing but transporting the seeds from one place to another place. So here the seeds that are thrown in the water, they can be carried away through the floods or running water, rain water, or flowing water, stream water. They can able to carry the seeds of these plants from one place to another place, so that they can transport the seeds, and the seeds get germinated whenever they reach the particular point. So here also water is used. Another most important use of water is to generate electricity. Here electricity can be generated by using water at hydroelectric power plant. So here the name itself indicating hydroelectric. By using water we can generate the electricity. It is constructed a high dam. In a high dam that allows the water to fall gradually. So when water falls gradually, it turns the turbine inside. You could able to see here turbines. When it rotates by the speed of kinetic energy of the water, then turbine rotates and it generates the electricity. This generated electricity can be sent through the distance power lines, and this electricity will be stored for the longer period for the further uses. Like this we use water in our daily life. So with this we come to know what is the importance of water in our life, where do we use in different purposes, at home, at agriculture, at industry, for the transportation, for electricity generation, etc. We use water, even seed dispersal, for the drinking, all we use the water. So water is the natural resource. We'll discuss more about this in the next session. Thank you, and I hope you understand.